Tony will listen in for the name of a city in Aslan that he has done business with before. Let's be honest, Tony sells drugs. He has connections in Aslan.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for, like I said, one of those buzzwords and say, did you just mention Cozumel? It's funny, my wife and I had our honeymoon down in Cozumel, and now we have a little vacation home there. Have you ever tried Jolita's tacos down there?
The man in the brown suit, or the man in the gray suit, he has a fair complexion with rounded features. His blue eyes and receding hairline are his most prominent characteristics. However, you only notice his hairline when he removes his conductor's cap to dab at his brow with an embroidered handkerchief.
Oh.
He says, actually, we stopped over there maybe 2 months ago. I did not have the opportunity, however, to have those. Was it tacos?
Yes, Jolita's tacos.
No. We have two excellent chefs on board. Oriel Clemens and Edmund Carabry-Ganad. And I feel that it would be a personal insult to either of them if I were to disembark the train to try some of the local flavor.
Well, that is quite a compliment to your chefs.
Did somebody say Jolita's tacos?
I would say, he was just complimenting our fine chefs aboard this thing, and you're our conductor, correct?
That is correct.
Jimmy let me start that over again. I was saying Jimmy Caliente, and I was like, nope, roll it back.
Nope,
That's not right. And then I couldn't get Caliente in my head, so I just kept saying Cali. Jimmy Carleone? Well, the is my last name? Cantaloni?
I thought it was a T.
It was
Tortellini?
Jimmy. Jimmy
Caliente.
Jimmy Mascarpone. Jimmy Mascarpone.
The cheese?
Yeah.
What?
Your conductor introduces himself as Berenger Marcel.
So we both have ridiculous names.
Finn O'Brien.
No, I would never say that, Jack. I'm just gonna rewind that again. But that's hilarious. Yeah, I
was sure. He
shake his hand.
How
and
firm is his grip? Like, dominant hand firm?
I mean, he is right-handed.
He's right-handed.
Let's all just get in a fight. Let's see who fights off.
He does have a little bit of, like, an aggressive handshake.
This might sound weird, but I'd like to do a perception check to see if I can tell if he carries himself as if he used to be military or police or something like that.
Is it a tough guy handshake, or is
Right.
it just like this is how I handshake?
Yeah. That's a 3, actually.
Chat up the fiance.
No, it's a 3.
With a 3, he has faintly orcish features.
This is gonna sound terrible, but the fact that we just started with a news story about a rumor that they're putting them under the things, but like, would an orc be allowed to be a train conductor? Like,
yes.
Okay, I don't remember how this world works. Sometimes
they're looked down upon because they're seen as thuggish.
Right.
But the only people that might not be able to be a train conductor is trolls because of size constraints.
He's trying to figure out how he did the tie.
Go on, do it.
Right, but he's like looking at it like this. But he's gonna get up and he's gonna walk over to the nice looking short haired lady.
The fiance.
The elf lady, and he's going to go, "Your earrings are very pretty," looking down at her as though she's a snack on a table because he's giant.
That is a creepy way of putting
that.
that.
That's a really bad way of putting
that is
like,
a
this
very
is the thing I can
creepy.
think of, like he's towering over
Say
her.
like an elephant looking at a cat.
Okay.
Not
there we
like
go.
a snack on a table.
Like
You're
something
not
I just
helping
wanna-
your racial
Point.
stereotype of being a troll.
He's looking down at her like a delicious bean dip.
What the
Yeah, that's better. I'm gonna go with delicious bean dip.
No!
Like she's a delicious bean.
No.
No,
That is
he's
creepy.
incredibly friendly, but he's not good at.
To be fair, give Magpie a few more drinks.
He's not good at not being slightly creepy or scary.
You might know who I am already.
Almost immediately after she notices him, he goes, "But do you do know that malachite can be toxic in exposure to the skin.
Okay.
It contains high levels of copper salt." And he goes into doctor super doctor mode.
It's already a troll talking to an elf. She's done listening.
Yeah.
Alright.
Did she
Racist?
respond?
Huh?
Did she respond to him at all?
She was going to say thank you, and then he just started talking at her, and it's a troll talking at her, so not only was he rude, but he's a troll being rude, and she is not about that. I mean...
I'll rescue the troll.
Was...
Eventually.
Okay.
He just lets me die there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But he doesn't realize he's dying.
short-haired
Both of this
lady, and then what does the other lady look like?
I guess, yeah, short-haired lady still hasn't been introduced.
Well, no, the short-haired lady is the fiance.
But we don't
That
know her
is
name.
true.
We don't know
but
her name.
know her name.
Yeah, okay, I know that. I'm trying to figure out who the other lady is.
The other lady, who's not the bartender, is standing beside Berenger Marcel. She's Caucasian, with pale blue eyes and luxurious blonde hair. She is dressed well, but modestly, in a high-necked emerald frock and dark dress pants. She is human-looking.
The only insight into her that we've got is the small conversation she was a part of about the
Business.
places that we're heading toward. Okay. I am going to apologize to the conductor and the people around him and say, I'm terribly sorry, I feel so rude. Jimmy Carleone. And I extend my...
Mars Capone!
Oh, Jimmy Marscapone.
I want a different name every time.
No, that was just that was just my bad. Jimmy Marscapone.
Write down your name somewhere.
I feel very, how rude of me. I didn't catch your names.
The woman with the fair complexion and the blonde hair introduces herself as Alice Senta. She is the conductor's wife.
Oh.
She does not use her husband's last name. The other woman, who has done a complete 180 away from Blindside and has just put herself back in the group, introduces herself as Indira Audubon.
Of the German Autobahns? Like in a funny joke. Is that terrible?
You're making fun of her last name!
I mean, she's looking at you completely, like, stone-faced.
You might be the only connection.
Jimmy, it's nice to meet you. We met Chandra. She's
Yes.
Very nice, very nice.
makes a good
Makes a
drink.
hell of a French
Yeah.
78.
Yeah,
75.
75.
Hers is 3 times better.
That is not math! That is not math at all!
Thank you. She does have a gift, but I've told her, why bother? She doesn't have to do this. It's...
Oh, I know how that goes. My wife also just insists that she work, and she loves it. It makes her happy. Happy wife, happy life. That's what I always say.
I mean, sometimes it's fun. Like, I own a club, and I sometimes bartend.
Son, at this point, her comm is connected to her. She has SmartLink in her helmet.
Sure.
So she doesn't actually have to take her comm out. And she's going to shoot a quick text to her dear old partner. Hey, bud. How you doing?
What you doing here?
The perfumed man at the bar takes out his comm and checks his messages. And he responds to you, working, period.
I'll be cool.
Good, period.
As with me and my friend here, we've got like an entertainment mogul. I myself am into the transport of goods and a little bit of security on the side when it comes to I own that whole thing. So, I mean, this is our little vacation, yeah.
Right. Definitely here to unwind on this fine vessel. Headed to Asland.
Absolutely. What
Without
better
the,
place?
ball and chains.
Listen, it's a heartbreak every time I'm away from her. But God, do I need that heartbreak sometimes. Am I right, fellas? Cheers.
You're right.
Berenger Marcel kind of laughs, and you see Elise and Indira kind of share a look.
You are so bad at talking to women!
No, here's what it is. Everyone, Tony, can I roll to see if I pick up on the look?
Sure.
Okay.
3.
3 as well. And I'm gonna say, ladies, I apologize. All I mean by that is, if you, as the old saying goes, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, no,
and that's not a cliche. I truly believe a little time away from the wife once in a while, and obviously I'm always on my best behavior, but a little time away makes it so that you got something to look forward to coming home to.
Elise is kind of startled that you call her out on her look because you had apologized and it was supposed to be subtle.
Yeah, no, in all seriousness, his whole...
She immediately, like, puts her head down in a very reserved, kind of submissive way and just politely acknowledges your apology. The man who really, like, hasn't spoken, he hasn't had a chance to interject. He has a similar complexion to Chandra. It's that sun-kissed kind of caramel complexion. He has a very toothy grin, and it takes up like half his face when he does smile. He's not at the moment, and I'm about to get into his dialogue, but he has almond brown eyes and just thick, luscious, dark hair. And he says, only so much absence, though. I met a wonderful woman months and months ago, and I finally found the courage to go to Seattle to try and find her, and she's not there. Prettiest girl I've ever seen, white as a snowflake. But my God, did she steal my heart.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Yes! Yes! Stop
What's
this.
Miguel's last name?
Lopez! Oh my God, Jack!
That's amazing.
That's incredible! Alright, let me reel this back in.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, in all seriousness, you have no idea what it takes to tear this man away from his wife. I've been trying for months, and he's finally agreed to go on this trip with me.
That's true. Sometimes you just need a good old boys weekend.
Yeah.
But it is. I know what you mean. Especially at your age, young love, and Tony takes a nice long beat to take a sip of his drink. There's just nothing like it. That rush, that feeling that you have inside when you've met someone special. And he kind of takes a second to look at, and I'm terrible, I'm blanking on the name, the fiance.
Indira?
Right, Indira. It takes a second to look at Indira, and he goes, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. That's that moment where you just, you're in someone's presence, and it feels like you're more yourself than you've ever been. It's hard to step away from, but that's the feeling that you get back when you're together again after a week away. It's that young love again, and that's what you have to recapture with these small moments of absence that you find at my age.
Blindside just gets sad and walks away.
I was about to say, Miguel excuses himself.
Yeah. No! Me and Miguel, like, I just look at Miguel and go, drink.
But,
He goes,
God damn.
I have a prescription for this. Alcohol.
Indira, when you're speaking to her, she does. At first, there's a little bit of a tightness around her mouth, around her eyes when she smiles, but then her eyes kind of flicker away for a second, and her expression softens.
Tony does get the fact that he has now taken this to an emotionally intimate place.
It's a weird place.
And he's gonna try to pull back from that with like a kind of a jovial shake of his head and go, listen, we're all on vacation, we're all here to have fun. A toast?
Specifically, Indira and Elise, they do raise their glasses and they drink with you.
I raise an empty glass and then go get another one.
Beringer, he does, he doesn't have a drink, but he does dab at his forehead, again. And he looks at his watch, pocket watch, rather, and he does note the time, and he says, alright, well, it looks like, lunch is gonna be served, soon. I'm gonna go up to the car, they'll bring me my lunch in there, because it's time to get this show on the road.
Absolutely. Hope to see you soon again, conductor or captain. What do we call you?
Conductor is fine.
Alright.
Jack, you've mentioned this guy dabbing his brow a couple of times now. Is he, like, sweating profusely?
He's sweating a little bit.
Is it, like, something
know if
that would maybe concern a medical professional?
Do his cheeks
Probably
does he
not.
seem warm? Do his cheeks seem flushed like
He
he's
does.
hot?
Yeah, like,
Okay.
his nose and his cheeks are pink.
There's a difference between a cold sweat and a hot sweat, is I guess what I'm asking.
To be fair, he might be nervous. This is a big deal, kinda.
They've been running for a couple months now.
Okay, so...
Yeah, so it's not like their first run.
Do
is
orcs
what,
run hot-blooded?
That's do they?
No.
Okay,
They run like humans.
But if he seems flushed, we at least... I mean, there's a difference between, like I said, between a hot sweat and a cold sweat.
Speaking of which hand does he dab with?
He dabs with...
His elbow.
He dabs with his right hand.
As the group that was just toasting disperses with his exit, I'm sure, we might take our leave from the conversation with the ladies. I would kind of look at you and say, and anybody else who's in our vicinity, and say, if we're about to order lunch, perhaps we should...
Mascarpone?
Listen, man. Tony, I imagine he does everything but go like this and go, I don't know. just a, he's like, it rhymes, okay? I don't, Tony, Mascarpone,
But you're
You
not
said your name was
Tony.
Jimmy.
I know, I don't know. This is what he says, and he downs the rest of his drink. He goes, listen, I got a new plan. We're about to order lunch, right? That's what he says. We're going to go around and get everybody's order.
Yeah.
What if we split up, kind of disperse ourselves amongst the train? Where
I'm
we
not
can
eating vegetarian.
No, listen. What I'm saying is split ourselves up amongst the cabins, unless... Or the dining cart, whoever we're going to be, and try to hear as many different people's orders as possible.
I mean, I would presume that the food would just be served upstairs, and we could just go sit upstairs and see who gets what food.
Well, you know what? That's a better plan, Thick.
We'll go
But
You're right. We could just look with our eyes.
Where's the fun in that?
So you guys all go to the top of
Food time.
the dining car for lunch. And a couple other passengers come up with you. And the wait staff that's there is Rory, the same general staff who had helped pack blindsides things into the baggage car. And he's there to just kind of take orders. Basically, there's a selection of like 2 or 3 meals.
Is he writing them down?
Yes,
What hand?
right.
Okay.
There are 3 women and 2 men.
I'll take a drink up with me and I'll sit with some random people.
I got a question. How are they spread out?
Okay.
And are the 3 women and 2 men guests, or are they wearing uniforms?
Everyone who's sitting is not wearing a uniform. There is a man and a woman sitting with each other.
Okay.
There are 2 women sitting alone, and there is a man sitting alone.
I'll take one of the alone women.
What a shock.
What a shock.
I will go talk to the couple. If there's like a seat near them, that is.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Um,
As long as it's not weird.
and then sure, we have Blindside.
I'll sit with Dude Beard.
Okay.
Dude,
so
dude.
you're sitting with the Caucasian man. Solar Flare.
Solar Flare will go and she'll kind of wander and kind of see that everybody else is kind of paired off, and she'll pause by her and just kind of go, "Can I?"
She gestures to the empty seat. Like,
Sure.
Sure.
She'll sit down.
Do people look at her weird?
A bit. Yeah. They are a bit weirded out by the whole thing.
My cat suit and mirror helmet?
You hear some slight whispers where they're just like, oh, she must have planned to go on the steampunk train. But they pretty much think you are on the wrong train, but alright, for whatever reason, you're here. That's fine. I mean, no one's saying anything, they're trying not to be rude, but it's just kind of like, you are not appropriately dressed for the occasion at all. So they're more or less trying to figure it out amongst themselves, like, what's going on? Like, maybe they're part of a show later? Like, yeah, they don't know.
He sits down, fresh drink in hand.
Drink number. Just
3?
to get a good. Okay, just to get a good idea.
We'll go with 3. So this is one hell of a train, eh?
Yeah, no, I love it here.
It's fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry, Finn O'Brien.
Oh, Pauline.
Pauline.
Pauline Theo.
It's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
So what kind of this? The tickets ain't cheap. What kind of business are you into?
Oh, no business. I'm married to Rory.
He goes. His
So,
hand tenses around the glass.
because we're married, I will occasionally ride for free, depending on where we're going, and we'll spend a couple days around the locale.
That's super cool.
It's like an ongoing honeymoon.
It absolutely sounds fantastic. I think I remember seeing him when I boarded.
Mm-hmm. And he's actually taking the orders now.
So you've ridden this train before then?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the best thing on the menu?
Probably Probably the food.
He laughs at that. Just
No.
guess
Is
I
she-
can't go wrong then, huh?
Is she like a dumb blonde, or is this like her being funny?
It's hard to tell.
He's
If
gonna
she is-
keep guessing.
That's funny.
But she does speak very highly of the chefs.
Okay.
She just said just don't talk to them.
Don't
Just
talk to them?
don't. They're a little weird.
They just go on and on about food, or
No, they're just kind of mean.
you mean kind of mean? Because that could be mean.
Well,
promise.
then probably like that. They're just, they're just very negative people. So, which is why Rory takes the orders, and then he brings the food back.
Fair enough. I'll have whatever it is that you're having then.
All right.
What does she have, Jack?
She enjoys a caprese salad.
I'll have the same.
All right. Let's move on to the couple.
Yes. Excuse me.
Wait till she eats.
It seems to be that the only seat left on the dining car is the one with you guys. Do you mind if I join you?
Oh, not at
Oh,
all.
of
They
course.
warmly welcome you to sit down with them.
I immediately reach in to whoever is closer
Oh, sure.
and say, Jimmy Marscapone. And you are?
Sure. We'll say the African American man introduces himself first. And you know what? He's a dwarf.
Oh,
He's a dwarf?
he's a dwarf.
And what hand does he use to
Represent.
shake with?
He uses his right. He introduces himself. His name is Kawaku Kawachi Shineru.
Does he say, but you can call me?
Yeah,
Okay.
First name basis is just
Okay,
fine.
Kawaku. Alright, I repeat his first name back to him in a I got that down kind of a way.
Yeah. They chuckle.
Yeah.
They
Like
chuckle.
in a not like a what a weird name, but like a
I want to pronounce this right.
yeah. Like I try to go through it with him once just to make sure I nail it.
And she extends her hand, and she just uses her first name, which is Oyibu.
Ayibu. Okay.
So she. Oh, I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
she extends her
Yeah.
hand. Yeah.
Okay, so we shake and I take my seat. Is she a dwarf or is she human?
She's human.
Okay. I ask them. So what sends you to La Paz?
Our honeymoon.
What would you know it? I honeymooned with my wife in La Paz.
They seem so excited about this, and they want you to tell them about all the sites.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I absolutely did not honeymoon with my wife in La Paz.
No, but are you sure you want to be playing this game? Because you just told somebody else in this train that you honeymooned with
Oh,
your wife
Cozumel.
at Cozumel.
So they went
true.
around Mexico.
We had a tour of Mexico.
Okay.
Excuse me. We had a tour
Just-
of Aslan.
Just make sure
Yeah.
that
I'll
you
keep
know
it-
your lies.
I'll keep it together. That's a good point. But you two will love it. The sights. Oh, if you have not, here's my recommendation. And I kind of look to the husband and I say, listen, pack a picnic basket and a nice tablecloth and go out to the La Paz cliffs around 6:30 is when the sun starts to set. You can find yourself a nice section of cliffs, have some champagne. You will not find a more romantic atmosphere. I can't tell you. Beautiful.
I'll hold you to that.
Trust me.
All right.
Trust
Also, there's
me.
underground lucha.
Yeah, so there's like check out the lucha scene.
I'll tell someone about the lucha. These people, maybe not. But, I assume as we talk, some stories start rolling. But that's basically kind of the gist that I'm going for with this couple.
Did we see what hand she was using?
She
I believe
extended her
she
left
did
hand
shake
to
with her right
shake.
because Jack and I actually shook that time with our rights. So both of them are right-handed.
She started with her left and then
That's
corrected
true!
herself.
Jack
I
made
saw
it a
that-
point
I saw
to
that too,
correct.
but then I was like,
Oh no. Jack moves with purpose.
that's very true. So she corrected herself from the left to the right.
So then let's move on to Blindside and the Caucasian gentleman.
Okay.
So you decide to sit down with him.
I go, this, do you mind if I sit here? This looks like the sturdiest chair.
Fair.
No, go ahead.
He sits down and like,
Quick question. Only troll?
So far,
we commented on the weird looks she's getting. Am I getting any weird looks?
not particularly. Like, they've all seen trolls before, probably some of the elves might be looking at you with like a little bit of disdain. But at the same time, it's just like, it's a generally well-mannered group.
Like, trolls with executive positions exist.
Yeah.
That's a thing. You can be a troll businessman. Catsuit mirror helmet, that's a little weird.
No,
Listen,
Right.
I'm your guy's protection.
But I
Just
do.
saying.
But I do
Right,
very
then go-
clearly
then go-
look poor.
Then we need to commit to your somehow
Somebody's
our
thing.
like thing
Yeah,
because
two businessmen going down to Mexico in a time of unrest.
also let's be honest, even the story we've sold so far about where we're going to Mexico seems sketch, right? Like
A little bit.
it's a like we're both nightclub promoters / in the entertainment business, and we just happen to be heading down to Mexico on some joint business venture.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah,
spells.
and you've talked-
This literally spells drugs.
No.
Well,
to me,
I said transport of goods and
Which it-
security.
Right.
You said, then I also said
it could be-
entertainment.
it could be that, or given how fervently you've talked about your wife, it could be you slipping away with your lover for a vacation.
Someone thinks that's what's happening. Someone thinks I am really on the down low right now. That's funny.
I introduced myself. My name is Dylan.
Okay, Dylan. He
It's a
introduces
traditional
himself
troll name.
He introduces himself as Samuel. He's kind of preoccupied. He has some kind of tablet out, and he seems to be checking the markets basically during this downtime while he's waiting for things to move.
Which hand is he holding the tablet
His
in?
right hand.
So he's holding it in his right hand, so he's using his left, or is he dominantly using his right
Dominantly using his right hand.
hand? Okay.
Dark eyes, heavy lashes, thick beard, relatively thin lips, and just generally professional looking. He is also wearing a gray suit. It is not a uniform, and it is intentionally gray, not a faded black. And it just has, I guess, like an expensive sheen to it.
The fit of the suit, I mean, obviously the fabric is nice, but the fit also implies expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
It's a
fitted.
fine suit.
And does the fit say he is also fit?
I would say so. He certainly takes care of himself.
He
Does
goes
it
to the
say-
gym.
Yeah.
Does it say it's fitted to him? He didn't steal this suit, seemingly? Like, I'm not trying to be a joke, but, like, it looks like it was meant to fit him?
Yes.
Okay. You were talking about the quality of the fabric and not actually the suit on him,
It
and I
is
was
a
like...
it is a appropriately fitted suit for
Okay,
him.
okay, cool.
Okay.
Blindside will kind of chuckle and go, so you can't take work off your mind either, huh?
Nope. Things are always coming and going, and it's kind of my job to keep things that way.
Doctor, every time I look at someone, I try to figure out what's wrong with them.
Just business. But nope. I'm hoping to bring back some good reports when I go back home.
So you're inspecting something then?
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to make sure everything runs smoothly.
Okay.
So she introduces herself
Oh.
as Xiao.
I will introduce myself as Erica.
As I mentioned before, she's Asian. Very fair complexion. Very smooth, gentle features. She has a round face. We'll say like chin length, black hair. It's very straight. And she actually has a gorgeous strand of pearls. We'll say she's wearing almost strapless blue dress. It has those very thin
Spaghetti straps.
Yeah, and just those pearls are all up in her décolletage.
Solar flare is going to complement her pearls.
Oh, she says thank you. They were a gift from her grandmother, and it seemed appropriate. Like she was gonna treat herself to this train ride, that she'd wear the pearls.
I can appreciate that. I always need a little bit of a vacation.
I agree.
I'm on work duty babysitting these two goons, and I kind of gesture towards those two. You know, which business guys like to go down to Mexico, or as land, and have fun, but they want a little extra protection when they do it.
And so you're in security?
Yep.
Do you have a card or number available? Because now that you mention it, I'm actually looking for some